name's Angel Garcia Nunez. I'm 100% blind, but I'm trying to be the first PRCA Saddle Bronc Rider.
Down on the ground.
I grew up here in Tucson, Arizona. Didn't have a real stable household growing up. It's always just been me and my mom, never met my dad. So my mom was always kind of just bouncing around. The first time I got on the horse, I was with my mom, just like sitting on her lap.
I began riding horses when I was 8. I lived on the reservation. My grandpa put me on one of his horses bareback and taught me how to ride. And for the next 2 years, I, went out and went hunting with my uncles and killed whatever we did and tied them onto the back of the saddle. And, that's how I rode.
Okay, he's coming up to you. Little buddy.
I am nervous and worried, but, I am praying for Angel because I know he's following his heart and dream. And so that's important. And, I love him and I'll support him.
Come on, Peanut. What's up, buddy? You ready to have some fun?
So how was your medical?
Went to high school, graduated in 2015. I had this buddy, he was one of my best friends, and he freaking, I guess he was just ready to check out, and he climbed up a crane, and on his way up he slipped because it was raining, and he died. But yeah, he was going up there to jump off the crane and to commit suicide. It really just like ripped me apart. I went a while kind of just hiding everything and faking like everything was okay. I started having these dreams, and I would follow him outside. He would point and I would look, and there would just be bodies of like people that I knew, and they would just they'd just be dead, just laying there. And I'd be like shaken up, and I'd look back for him and he'd be gone. And so like I had dreams like that, and more gnarly ones too. But May 5th comes and I get up. It's like any other day, go to work. The second I got in my truck to drive home, I wasn't feeling myself, and so I started drinking just like every other day. I ended up blacking out. I FaceTime, she was my ex, but we were still kind of like, talking, like we still had a relationship. I was like bawling my eyes out and just telling her like I'm sick of feeling this way, like I don't want to do this no more. And I was playing with the gun. I guess I put the gun in my head and I pulled the trigger, and then she heard the gun go off. Yeah, it was kind of just nothing after that for about 4 weeks. And I remember, dude, I was like in heaven, like I could see the gates. And I remember them opening, and he pointed, like something pointed at me and said, "Go back." And I remember I turned my head, and then that's when I and started trying to rip out the IVs and stuff. There's two choices you got. You're either gonna accept this for what it is and grow from it, or you could use this as an excuse to be nothing and get more depressed all over again. And so as soon as they told me yeah, you're blind, I was like, all right, might as well just start adjusting to this life that I gotta live. So I came out of the hospital. I had days where I was like, am I gonna be anything in my life? Like what am I gonna do? And so my friend Allie, she got in contact with my mom, and she just kind of told her when Angel's ready, I would like him to come over to the horses, because I feel like it would be super beneficial and therapeutic for him. And so my mom ran the idea by me, and I was like, heck yeah, get me out there, shoot, let's go. Even just the smallest things of just brushing the horse, just help me gain confidence in my hand-eye coordination of getting back into, you know, doing things regularly and like knowing, yeah, I can still do this even though I can't see. With, say, a person with sight, you can see when a horse is starting to act weird just by just looking at him, like you'll know. But for me, I gotta really feel that horse and get in tune with that horse and connect with it. My progress just, it just blossomed, man. Like, I went from not knowing what I was gonna do to, as soon as I got on a horse, I was like this is what I'm gonna do. Like, this is why I'm still here. You ready? Yeah. Come on. It was just like all over from when I was little. It was just like, I'm on the horse, like, I know this feeling. I can't see, but I gotta trust this horse that is gonna take care of me. Get it, Peanut. Get it, Peanut. Get it, Peanut. Whoa. Yeah, I can ride a horse. I can ride anything. Run it under me, I'll saddle it. Heck yeah. He got that one.
Yeah, he did. He's feeling it. He's feeling it.
I've always loved the rodeo. My mom always used to take me to it. I wanted to be the first blind PRCA Saddle Bronc Rider, and my goal was to get to a school and did that. Like, I'm gonna drive 15 hours just to learn.
Name?
Angel Nunez.
Okay, let me get your receipt.
I'm gonna apply for my PRCA permit. When I get my permit, I'll be in a circuit, which is Arizona and New Mexico. So once you have a certain amount of points, that qualifies you for like the big rodeos.
There you go, now rub it on your spoke.
I got a very strong support system. You know, they all want to help me out with whatever it is, anytime, even if it's just talking to them, saying I had a bad day. It's time to prove everyone that's been doubting me that I can freaking do this. This is what it's like to be on the back of the chutes. Like, this is something I've always dreamed of doing. And as soon as I heard that latch crack, I was like, oh boys, we're about to make history. No one's perfect. No one's ever gonna be perfect. We all got issues, and don't feel like you're weak for asking for help, because you're not. And that's one thing I wish I would have done more is, you know, reached out and talked about how I really felt and what I was going through, because I feel like it probably would have helped me. There's been a lot of people that I've came across that are telling me like, oh, you're crazy, why are you doing that? Like that's not a good idea. And I'm like, it helps me. Like, these horses saved my life. It was like the best feeling I've ever felt. This is just the beginning.